Hello, everybody out there. How's everybody doing? I am Miss Tell It Like It Is. I hope everybody out there is doing wonderful. Um, I'm doing good. I'm doing very, very, very good, you all. And before I get started, I'd like to ask for people to subscribe to my channel. Okay? I am a baby YouTuber and I need you all to subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Today I'm going to share some personal things about myself, okay? Very personal. And I'm doing it because I know that there are millions of people like myself, okay? And maybe by sharing my experience, it could shed some light on millions of people that are just like me, okay? I get asked all the time, am I in a relationship? Are you married? Are you in a relationship? I tell people all the time, I'm not married because I'm not married, okay? And I tell people, yes, I am in a relationship. And I am in a relationship with a very, very important, beautiful hearted person. And I'm getting to know that person more each and every day, okay? And I'm getting to love that person more each and every day. The more I get to know this person, the more I am getting familiar with this person, I'm getting to love what I'm discovering about this person. And this person is myself. Myself. You know, some people think just because you're a certain age, like I'm 51, people think that you're supposed to know yourself. Well, guess what? Age is just a number. And there are a lot of people that are my age and older and younger that do not know themselves, okay? For me, for 20 something years, I was in and out of relationships, okay? And why was I in and out of relationships? I was in and out of relationships because I was looking for love. I felt empty. I felt a void. And I felt like if I could get that guy that made me feel special and important, that I could be happy. I was miserable, okay? I was so miserable. And I remember I would go to the mall or I'd be out in public. No matter where I was, I would see all these couples, right? And they seemed like they were so happy. And then I would compare these strangers to my life. And I would be like, I'm so miserable. I'm so lonely. So I found myself in and out of relationships for 20 something years. And none of them were a success. None of them. And I felt like there was something wrong with me. You know, I felt like I just wasn't pretty enough, or I wasn't smart enough, or I wasn't sexy enough. I just, or I wasn't hip enough. Or I was weird, or I was strange because I just was different. I just didn't fit in. So I felt like, well, there's something wrong with me. I even thought that maybe I could dress a little more sexier. You know, maybe that would draw the kind of man that I wanted, you know. Maybe if I was sexy enough that he would be more attracted to me and be into me and I could hold his interest and then my relationships wouldn't fail. You know, what I failed to realize, you all, that I couldn't be complete with anybody until I became complete with myself. And this is what I realize now. Boom. At the age of 51. I've just now realized this. I mean, I had a beautiful godmama, or I have a beautiful godmama, who told me for years, find yourself, find yourself. Stop getting in and out of these relationships. Find you. And I used to be like, I can't be like you. I have to have somebody. I have to have somebody. Or I will be miserable. I will be lonely. I will feel incomplete. And yet, and still, I was in many relationships and I still was lonely. I still was incomplete. Why? Because I was incomplete with myself. And I couldn't find happiness with any of the men because I simply wasn't happy with me. See, what I realize now is that I didn't need any of these men that I had in my past. All I needed was to get to know myself and get to love me. But how could I know myself? How could I get to love myself when I was always putting men first, even before myself? I was always trying to please the man, okay? Oh, if I could please him, just do this or do that, he would just be happy. And, you know, there were times, yes, there were men that were happy with me, okay? And then I felt like, I don't know, I felt like that was a reward. Like when a man was happy with me, then I was happy with myself. And I was like, yes, I'm happy with me now. A false sense of happiness. Because when a man was not happy with me, I wasn't happy with myself. And looking back now, I wasted a lot of time, a lot of years, a lot of years. And now I'm beginning to know this beautiful person. I'm very talented. I can write music. I can write lyrics. I come up with songs off the top of my head, you all. I could write plays. I have so much talent. And now I'm getting to have this relationship with me, and it's beautiful. And there were times back in the past where I wanted a relationship with certain guys and they weren't paying me no attention. But now today I have men wanting a relationship with me, all kind of men. And right now it's just like, no offense, but I'm in a relationship with myself. Because see, you may think that you can be happy with me, but until I'm happy with myself, you can't be happy with me. And I think a lot of guys that are drawn to me, maybe they feel how I used to feel. Maybe they feel like they need someone to make them complete or make them feel happy so they could be happy within themselves, But I'm here to tell you, men out there, if you're not happy with yourself, then there is no woman in this world that can make you happy. No matter how beautiful she may be, no matter how sexy, no matter how good her loving or cooking may be, you first have to find that happiness within yourself. Okay? And yes, these things we all know. But it's funny, you can know something, but not apply what you know to your life. And therefore, you running round and round in circles, men and women, trying to find people to make you happy. You feeling lonely and you feel incomplete, and you trying to find this person like this, I don't know, engine number 9. And all along, you have failed to have a relationship with yourself. You have failed to learn how to be happy with you. You have failed to learn how to develop your talents. Make yourself happy. You have allowed everybody to take up your time, your space, and you have absolutely not done what you need to do for yourself. And therefore, when all these relationships are out the door, guess what? You're standing there faced with looking at who? You. And a lot of you are looking in the mirror and you do not like who you see. And why? Because you're not who the Creator created to be. And therefore, men and women, you need to get in a relationship with yourself. You need to become complete within you. Okay? And when you become complete with yourself and you're happy with you, then guess what? Then the Creator of the universe will bring your soulmate to you. Okay? And sometimes some of us have our soulmates. Some of us, we do. But then, the same way the Creator has to work on you, the Creator may have to work on your soulmate. Okay? So it's like now, it's so funny how things work. Like, there used to be a time in my life where, in between relationships, when I didn't have anyone, there were guys that didn't pay me any attention. None. And now I have men coming out the woodwork like roaches, rats, wanting relationships. And don't get me wrong, men will be men, okay? That's completely normal. But at the same time, I tell all men, it's my time. It's my time. It's my time to know me. It's my time to love me. So now, yes, I'm selfish with my time. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay for me to be selfish with my time. It's okay for me to take all those years, 20-some years that I put in different relationships. It's okay for me to put all that attention that I put in those relationships to turn around and put it within myself. And I'm telling you out there, men and women, it's okay for you, for once in your life, to think about you, to love you, to search for what you like. What do you want to do? Because there are millions of people out there that have so much talent to bring to life, to bring to this world, to bring to other people. But you've been just like me. You've been trying to find happiness in all the wrong places. And at the end of the day, a lot of you have come out of marriages with debt. Some of you out of relationships. You never were married on paper, with debt, broken hearts, crushed, angry, disappointed. Some of you feel like your life is just in a shamble or whirlwind because you took everything that you knew how to take within you, and you took all that energy and you poured it into your relationship, whether it was a marriage or relationship. And now, just to see it all go down the drain. And some of you are just, you're to the point you're like, I'm never marrying nobody else. I'm not getting in a relationship. Okay. But there's one person you need to get in a relationship with, and that's yourself. It is time, people. Just like I told myself it's time for you too. Whoever I may be talking to out there. Your life is not over. It is not about age, okay? But it's whenever your eyes come open to this spiritual awakening, because everybody has a spiritual awakening. Just some people just don't pay attention to theirs, okay? Some people choose to ignore it, and they choose to keep going on that path of destruction. Or maybe not even destruction, the path of familiarity, what you're familiar, what you're comfortable. Some people don't like to come out their comfort zone. I've done this way so many years, and this is not going to change. This is how I'm going to do things. Well, if you never change, how will you ever know? And if you never know, how will you ever grow? How? So, I could sit around now, you all, and I could say, 51, I'm old. But hell, baby, there's nothing old about me, okay? I'm full of spunk, vitality, okay? I have wisdom that I didn't have when I was a lot younger. Baby, I'm ready now, okay? My mind had to line up with my spirit man. My spirit man, which is a portion of the Creator that breathed his breath into me to cause me to be a living soul. My spirit man, which is a portion of that the Creator, knew all along what was best for me in my life. But my carnal man, my mind, wanted to run my spirit man. In fact, my mind ignored my spirit man, and my mind did things how I wanted to do it. And it got me in a lot of trouble. My soul knew what was right for me too. But my soul went along with my mind. In fact, the soul controls the mind. okay, and the body. The condition of one's soul is what your mind and body will act out. If your soul is in rebellion against anything or anybody, even yourself, guess what? Your mind and your body will act it out physically. That's why it says what in the word? It says, the soul that sinneth shall surely die. It's not about your flesh, baby. Your flesh is just going to follow the condition of your soul. This house of clay is just going to act out the condition of your soul. So when you have an imbalance, your mind's over here, your spirit's over here, and your soul is over here, then you can't be one within yourself because you're imbalanced. And so if you're imbalanced, then nothing in your life is coming together. And you're just all over the place. And that's how I was for many years, all over the place. From one relationship to the next, to the next. I was just like that little cartoon character, the Road Runner. Y'all remember the Road Runner? Beep, 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 beep. I can't make the noise, but you know what I'm saying. You know how the Road Runner made that noise. That's just how I was. Trying to find happiness in everybody else. Because in reality, you all, I just wasn't happy with me. And I thought that if I could make others happy, that would make me happy with me. And it did for a little bit. But when reality began to hit, and I still found myself unhappy, feeling empty, feeling lonely, feeling sad, feeling lost, that spiritual awakening happened. And now I realized what I was searching for was within me all along. Who I needed to find, who I needed to love, was and is me. And the same thing about you all. Woman out there that's looking at all these women that are in relationships and marriages, and you feel like, I never got married. I'm so lonely. I want that. But you never really found yourself or got to know who you were. And you think just because you see Susie over there that's married and like her life is so stable and you're comparing your life with hers and you're feeling inadequate, like something's wrong with you because you haven't gotten married, wake up. You don't know what the hell Susie's going through behind closed doors. Everything that looks like it's happy from the outside, baby, sometimes behind them closed doors, it's very miserable. It's a whole nother story. Wake up. Get that relationship with yourself, lady. Okay? Man out there or men out there that feel like if you just had this beautiful woman in your life physically, she has to be beautiful from the outside. That you could feel like the king of your castle. You could feel complete because she's so beautiful and she's giving you all the sex you want, all of the attention, all of the cooking, the good treatments and then you feel like, okay, if I have this beautiful woman by my side to help build me and I can feel complete. I don't have to feel lonely no more. Go home looking at those four walls. Wake up. Learn to love yourself. See, when you love yourself and when you are really getting to know who you don't get lonely. You don't. You don't get lonely because you realize there is so much to get to know about you. And you can't know you in one day. You can't know you in some months. You can't know you in 1 year. It's going to take time. And the reason why you don't know you is because you were so busy trying to know everybody else that you forgot about one person, and that is yourself. And some of us, like me back in my past, you get in a relationship because at first, oh, it looks so beautiful. You feel so happy. But as time goes on, you realize this is the worst decision I've made. I'm so unhappy. Because some of you get with hell raisers and abusive people. And you're just catching hell. It's like that song, I'm catching hell. Because you know why? Why are you catching hell? Because you're just incomplete on the inside. And there is nobody on the face of this earth that can make you complete until you are complete within yourself. Till you're complete within your soul. And your soul is the seat of your emotions, where your self will and self love lives. Until you are complete with your soul, which is a forever lifetime striving. Okay? But once you begin to your mind start lining up with your soul, you will feel the difference. You will feel happier. You will begin to feel more fulfilled within. You don't feel lonely. I don't get lonely. I don't get lonely like I used to be. I'm not going to lie to you people. There were times in my life in between when I didn't have relationships that I would cry. I would cry. I would sit in my room or wherever I was. It could be in my car, and I would just cry. And I would just say, I'm so lonely. I need somebody. I need to be loved. I need someone. I need someone to help me feel complete because I feel so empty and I feel so lonely within myself. I feel such a void. And the void was that I was avoiding learning the real me. I was avoiding her. Why? That's a whole different video. So many of you men and women, you avoid getting to know the real you. And you can be successful. It doesn't mean you know yourself, okay? Or you can be unsuccessful. It doesn't mean you know yourself. Knowing yourself is internal, it's spiritual. Why? Because we are spiritual beings in a physical house of clay. This house of clay here, this flesh, it just houses our spirit and our soul. That's all. Even if we didn't have this physical house of clay, you all, we would not die. We would spiritually still live because we have a spirit and we have a soul. We became a living soul when the Creator breathed his infinite, eternal breath within our house of clay. When the Creator of the universe breathed a portion into us to make us a living soul. That is when we begin to know the difference between right and wrong. The soul knows the difference between right and wrong, you all. That's why it says in the word, the soul that sinneth shall surely die. It has nothing to do with the flesh. It's the soul. It's the condition of the soul. It's the soul. If you follow your spirit, which is a portion of the Creator that is breathing you to cause you to become a living soul, where the seat of your emotions and self-love and your will lives, if you follow your soul man, or your spirit man, then you will be such a much happier person. There were so many times in my life. There were relationships I got in. I knew I wasn't supposed to be in those relationships. My spirit man knew. But no. My soul was in rebellion to the spirit of the Creator that was in me. My soul wanted to do it my soul's way. So, my mind and my physical house of clay rebelled against the spirit of the Creator that is in me. And therefore, I was miserable in every relationship I got in, even in the ones that I knew I wasn't supposed to be in. I was miserable. But guess what, you all? I am so happy that I've finally awoken to see that happiness is within me. I can't be complete with anybody until I'm complete with myself. I can't be happy with anybody. You could be the most beautiful person in the world until I'm happy with me. Until you, men or women, or men and women, are happy with you. You cannot be happy or complete with anybody, no matter what. I'm just telling it like it is. Please subscribe to my channel. And I want everybody out there to have a blissful day. I want you to be happy. And this is why I shared this personal. I shared a part of my personal life. Like I said, I did it in hopes that it would help someone out there. Because like I said, there are millions of people out here trying to find fulfillment in others instead of first finding it within themselves. Saying that, you all, I have to go. You all take care. I'm out. Toodaloo.